Hello everyone and welcome to my new predictions video on the new Mario Strikers game, Battle League, which I thought was really out of left field. I did not see this game coming. Maybe in retrospect with Nintendo's acquisition of Next Level Games, if they are developing it, maybe I should have seen it coming. Either way, I'm really happy to see this franchise revived for the Switch. So I'll be discussing the possible playable characters and fields in this video. We'll start with the characters. I think it's worth noting how much has changed from the previous two games. I want to say this is kind of getting the same treatment as the Paper Mario series to a very small extent, like the new Super Mario Brosification, notably the lack of sidekicks, critters being kicked out and replaced with Boom Booms, Toad becoming a main character, and the level environments being kinda basic Mario settings as opposed to the more gritty fields from the previous games. I mean, there's definitely still a lot of style here, so it's not that bad, or to the same extent as Paper Mario. I just felt the need to mention it, and I do feel like it could have a potential impact on the playable characters. Especially with the lack of sidekicks, there'll be a lot less variety here, and I also couldn't help but notice how few playable characters there are, only being 10. I feel like there probably will be at least a few more, especially considering it's less than charged and including sidekicks, less than both of the previous games, and Daisy's lack of inclusion of course. Oh, and also the fact that you can play as 8 people at once but will have to juggle around with 10 characters. I think this really points to there being a larger roster, but I can't help but believe that there probably won't be that many characters in the final product, for a couple reasons. One, the actual menu is pretty small. Obviously there could be some drastic UI changes, but I doubt it. The amount of gear would also probably work to differentiate the characters from one another anyway, so it wouldn't be necessary to have a huge amount of characters to choose from. And also how the fields work, but I'll get around to that later. Anyway, for this video I'm gonna go with 15 characters which would fit on this roster. There could be more DLC characters later down the line, but for now I'm just gonna go with 5 likely choices. First is Daisy, of course, as I already said. I don't know if there's much to elaborate on here because she's pretty much in every spin-off game. It's weird because she was also absent in the marketing from Mario Party, so it seems like Rosalina's been prioritized by Nintendo as of late. Next is Bowser Jr. and Diddy Kong. Both of these characters were playable as captains in Strikers Charged. They both appear quite frequently in recent spin-off games, so I think it's more than fair to expect them to return. The fourth character is Birdo. She was a sidekick in both of the previous games, so it would be a shame for her to not make it into the third one as well. Similar to how Toad was promoted from sidekick to main character, I hope the same happens with Birdo. And yeah, she was playable in Mario Party as well, so I think she's likely. And finally, I'm just gonna keep this simple with another prior sidekick character being Koopa Troopa. I was actually gonna go with Pauline because she's very prominent in the recent Mario games, but then I realized this is Strikers we're talking about. I really struggle to imagine Pauline here. She doesn't really fit in, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. I'm down to see Pauline. There could be some major interesting characters like Petey Piranha down the line, but I think they'll probably leave characters like that for DLC, and as I said, I have a hunch there won't be many characters. Now for the second half of this video, I'm gonna go over the fields. This game has an interesting twist where it consists of 2 halves combining, and something that's pretty cool but I didn't notice at first is that each of these halves are themed of a different character. We've seen 4 being Mario's generic World 1 Mushroom Kingdom theme, Luigi's Mansion theme, Bowser's Castle, and Donkey Kong's Jungle. I'm also thinking there'll be themes based on the rest of the characters, so let's start with the already confirmed ones. Peach. This is pretty simple. It'd probably be based on her castle, either on the courtyard or the interior, or even both. Rosalina, the Comet Observatory, or if not, just a general space or Super Mario Galaxy theme. Toad, a mushroom theme. Yoshi, maybe something based on Yoshi's Island, or if not, it could be something craft related like with his recent games, or maybe even some cloud-based theme could suit him. Wario, something to do with coins and gold maybe? Maybe something like his castle from Wario World could work. And finally, Waluigi. I'm having a bit of trouble thinking of something for him. Maybe they could just give him some unique setting that isn't really tied to a specific character, something like a futuristic city or something like that. For the 5 new characters I predicted, we have Daisy, which could be something flower based I guess, Bowser Jr., an airship theme, Diddy Kong, an interesting idea is maybe something based on the minecart cave sections from Donkey Kong Country, Birdo, I have no idea, maybe something based on Super Mario Bros. 2, or I don't know. And finally, Koopa Troopa, maybe something based on shells, or maybe a beach theme could be great. I wanted to mention, even though I didn't include her, if Pauline were to be included, it'd be cool to see New Donk City. On top of that, it would be nice to see older fields return. Strikers Charged include all the fields from the first game. Obviously this isn't as simple because they would have to all be remade or at least remastered. It's not as simple as just porting them, but I think it'd be cool to see a few return as bonus fields, although to be fair, I don't see that happening. Anyway, that's pretty much all of my predictions for this game, so yeah, thanks for watching, peace out.